Idea. Notion. The notion of education is important for learning and growing. We each have a notion of just what kind of person we'd like to be. The notion of health means taking care of your body and mind. The traditional notion of marriage goes back thousands of years. Good for. Beneficial. Volunteering is beneficial for developing empathy and compassion. She hoped that a warmer climate would be beneficial to his health. It is true that some insects are harmful but others are beneficial. Learning a new language is beneficial for expanding your knowledge. Use. Utilize. It is important to utilize your time wisely and prioritize your tasks. Farmers can utilize new husbandry technology to improve crop yields. The Romans were the first to utilize concrete as a building material. Many individuals utilize acupuncture to boost their immune system. Free. Liberate. The soldiers fought to liberate their country from foreign occupation. The feminist movement fought to liberate women from gender inequality. We must unite to liberate the oppressed and create a more just society. The activists campaigned to liberate innocent children from child labor. Break down. Collapse. The erosion of the environment can lead to ecological collapse. The collapse of the economy had repercussions for the whole nation. The bridge collapse was a catastrophic event for the commuters. The aftermath of the earthquake caused many buildings to collapse. Say no. Reject. The committee had to reject the proposal due to lack of funding. Consumers have the right to reject faulty goods and demand a refund. The Senate has the power to approve or reject federal proposals. Society needs to reject gender norms and promote gender equality. Speed up. Accelerate. Continuous improvement can accelerate advantages in productivity. The wind began to accelerate, causing the trees to sway violently. The athlete's training helped him accelerate his speed on the track. Exposure to sunlight can accelerate melanin production in the skin. Show. Demonstrate. The engineer will demonstrate how to assemble the new machine. The student used a model to demonstrate the chemical reaction. The recent medical research clearly demonstrates that the vaccine works. The math professor used cubes to demonstrate geometric concepts. So fast. Rapid. The rapid decline in the economy caused many businesses to close. Nowadays, there has been a rapid acceleration in the fashion industry. The modern world is characterized by rapid change and innovation. Iron deficiency anemia can cause a rapid heartbeat and chest pain. Start. Commence. The presentation will commence with an introduction of the speakers. That process will take about a year before construction can commence. We can commence in the laboratory and then proceed to the fieldwork. It is crucial to commence in a systematic and well-planned manner. Detailed. Meticulous. The scientist is a meticulous worker who pays attention to detail. Many hours of meticulous research have gone into writing this paper. The book is a product of extensive research and meticulous writing. The farmer kept meticulous records of his crop yields and expenses. Anyway. Nevertheless. She was disappointed, nevertheless, she continued to work hard. He found the test difficult, but nevertheless made a good attempt at it. The team had a strong defense, nevertheless, they lost the game. The party was loud and crowded, nevertheless, we had a great time. See. Observe. We usually observe through the window to see the birds outside. The satellite will observe objects that are interesting astronomically. Let's observe the clouds and see what shapes we can find in them. Ancient astronomers first observed sunspots about 2,000 years ago. Need. Require. Children with learning disabilities require a lot of assistance at school. The watchdog said that it required further information on the deal. The law would require significant cooperation between nations. Studies show that the older a person gets, the less sleep he requires. A lot of. Many. Many elderly people have never touched a computer in their lives. The printing press gave power to a few to change the world for the many. I've been through this so many times I could do it in my sleep. Many politicians have suffered at the hands of the popular media. All right. Acceptable. It's acceptable for women to be ambitious. But it wasn't in the past. Pollution in the city had reached 4 times the acceptable level. Anger is not necessarily the acceptable reaction to such events. The soil contains 30 times the acceptable level of radioactivity. Show. Demonstrate. The economist will demonstrate how to analyze market trends. The study demonstrated a direct link between obesity and mortality. The trainer used a PowerPoint to demonstrate the new software. The scientist will demonstrate how to conduct a lab experiment. Give up. Quit. Michael is trying to quit smoking with the help of his doctor. Winners are not those who never fail, but those who never quit. Study shows those who quit before 50 showed less memory decline. He will quit his present job if it does not help to fulfill his ambition. Really big. Considerable. He was admired for his intellect and considerable moral courage. The amount of progress made in the research was considerable. The project required considerable teamwork and collaboration. The company has a considerable presence in the global market. Keep. Retain. You can retain information by repeating it over and over again. It's important to retain good manners when you're in public. You can retain your independence by making your own decisions. The company wanted to retain its competitive edge in the market. In the end. Finally. A Home Office spokesman said nothing had been finally decided upon. Finally, walking is a safe, enjoyable, and readily available form of exercise. The jury deliberated for over 27 hours before finally reaching their verdict. The agreement was finally reached after very lengthy discussions. Makeup. Fabricate. I had to fabricate my presentation to make it more engaging. The team was able to fabricate a working model of their invention. It's better to be honest than to fabricate beyond your abilities. He used his intelligence to fabricate the complex problem. Stand for. Represent. The Queen appointed a new ambassador to represent the country. Air pollution represents a serious health hazard to the environment. Algebraic language is used to represent mathematical equations. The committee will elect a new spokesperson to represent them. Point out. Indicate. Fossil records indicate that Africa was the cradle of early human evolution. Record profits in the retail market indicate a boom in the economy. These figures indicate to me that the company is in serious trouble. We must clearly indicate the direction in which we intend to proceed. Deal with. Handle. Here are some examples of how to handle more complex situations. The election will be a turning point in terms of handling the economy. She admitted to herself she didn't know how to handle the problem. This will create a political situation which will be difficult to handle. Smart. Intelligent. There is no proof that more intelligent animals have more offspring. She surrounds herself with attractive, intelligent, or well-known people. The intelligent programmer developed sophisticated mobile software. The new employees are not only intelligent but also good-looking. But. However. The book was interesting, however, the ending was disappointing. This is a cheap and simple process. However, there are dangers. The hotel had a luxurious pool, however, the rooms were outdated. I wanted to go to the zoo, however, it was closed for renovations. Get. Receive. The patient receives high doses of radiation during cancer treatment. A satellite receives the signals and then sends them back to Earth. I receive many wrong calls due to some technical defect in the device. He is going to receive an award for his exceptional performance in sports. Lacking. Deficient. Lack of exercise can cause your muscles to be deficient in strength. As many as 2 million students leave school with deficient basic skills. Many people are deficient in vitamin D due to lack of sun exposure. The diet of this individual seems to be deficient in essential vitamins. Stay. Reside. Some students choose to reside at home and commute to campus. All single full-time students must reside in university residence halls. Professionals working in the city often choose to reside at undefined. Most species of fish that reside in the ocean can't live in freshwater. Check. Verify. It also requires a credit card number to process payments and verify ID. They now take extra steps to verify the creditworthiness of customers. Participants are required to verify their physical condition in advance. Until more evidence is found, the police cannot verify the killer's motive. Chance. Opportunity. We will have an opportunity to discuss the matter further at that time. There are lots of opportunities to find work if you're willing to work hard. But I really hope to have the opportunity to change that perception. We now have the opportunity to devise a very strong piece of legislation. Empty. Vacant. The company hired a replacement worker to fill the vacant position. The vacant apartment had a beautiful view of the city skyline. The city is bulldozing the vacant lot to create a community garden. After the foreclosure, the property was left vacant for several months. Mend. Repair. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. The damage this has done cannot be repaired by technology alone. Many people don't know how to carry out repairs on their cars. The watch mechanism is extremely intricate and difficult to repair. Whole. Entire. It is thought that from era to era, one discovers the entire truth. The entire transport system in the southern counties had collapsed. This statement must be understood in the context of the entire article. She was depressed the entire month that her husband was away at sea. Death. Demise. The demise of the old technology paved the way for new innovations. Online media is causing the demise of the traditional newspaper. The sudden demise of the company left many employees without jobs. We know many theories about what caused the demise of the dinosaurs. Hopeless. Futile. Trying to control things that are out of your control is a futile effort. Sadly, all rescue attempts were futile during the terrible hurricane. The undefined nature of the subject makes it futile to associate with. It's completely futile trying to reason with her, she just won't listen. Want. Desire. Basically, man is fashionable because of his inherent desire to look good. The desire to protect the environment inspired her to start recycling. Man's strong desire has led to the discovery of unknown lands. Desire can cause suffering because it can never be completely gratified. Sight. Vision. We have a vision of a society that is free of exploitation and injustice. She suffered temporary loss of vision after being struck on the head. In spite of his otherwise excellent vision, he found he was colorblind. The annual arts festival is a monument to her vision and hard work. Mainly. Principally. He had married her principally for the sake of her father's property. It was a highly political speech, designed principally to rally the troops. No new power stations have been built, principally because of the cost. The rise was principally due to favorable foreign currency exchange rates. Clear. Transparent. Living morally means being honest and transparent in our actions. A layer of transparent material is sandwiched between the pieces of glass. Humility can help you be more honest and transparent with others. The legal proceeding was conducted in a fair and transparent manner. Say sorry. Apologize. They apologize for the mistake and promise that it won't happen again. I want to apologize publicly on his behalf to those who have suffered. We apologize for any inconvenience caused during the repair process. Her husband apologizes for being unjust, but she says no one will know. In charge of. Responsible. We feel that the media should be more responsible in what they report. He is responsible for how he saves and spends his father's money. We feel that the media should be more responsible in what they report. Here, several firms are responsible for the provision of cleaning services. Look into. Investigate. We need to investigate further to find the cause of the problem. A committee was set up to investigate allegations of racial discrimination. The Economist will investigate the factors affecting the current economy. We must investigate fraud to protect ourselves from being scammed. Think about. Consider. We need to consider all perspectives before making a decision. Employers must consider all candidates impartially and without bias. To reduce waste, consider using reusable bags and containers. Consider studying abroad to diversify your cultural experiences. Go through. Examine. Before you make a big purchase, carefully examine your budget. The scientist was holding a microscope to examine the specimen. The detective arrived at the crime scene to examine the evidence. The mathematician will examine the equation to solve the problem. Very kind. Considerate. You should always be considerate and not carelessly ignore others. The owner of this company is always considerate towards his employees. It is important to be considerate and not violate someone's comfort. Being respectful and considerate can increase your value to others. At once. Immediately. He had to continue his work immediately because it was too late. Firefighters took action immediately to stop the blaze from spreading. The lab equipment needs to be cleaned immediately after use. The international community must act on this critical issue immediately. Give out. Distribute. The manager will distribute the workload among the employees. The goalkeeper's job is to distribute the ball to their teammates. The coach will distribute the playing time among the team members. The Red Cross is working to distribute plasma to disaster victims. On and off. Intermittently. The faulty wiring caused the lights to turn out off intermittently. She fasted intermittently, but she still maintained a healthy diet. I always carry an umbrella with me when it's raining intermittently. The interest rates on loans have been fluctuating intermittently. Set up. Establish. The two countries agreed to establish full diplomatic relations. The company is trying to establish a new marketing strategy. The church needs to establish a policy on donation management. A contractual agreement can be the right way to establish ownership. Also. In addition. The suspect was arrested for fraud in addition to embezzlement. Mike writes short stories in addition, he writes articles for a newspaper. The loud music aggravated in addition to giving her a headache. Listening to music has a benefit in addition to improving mood. Test. Experiment. One experiment showed that walking doubled our creative thinking. The accuracy can be established by repeated observation and experiment. We were not perfectly satisfied with the outcome of the experiment. Many people think a scientific experiment on animals is unacceptable. Later. Subsequently. The project was delayed and subsequently had to be rescheduled. The data can subsequently be loaded on a computer for processing. He missed his flight and subsequently had to book another one. They argued and subsequently decided to end their relationship. Tough. Challenging. He resigned from the company in order to take a more challenging job. Some experts performed the most challenging task without a mistake. This is a book full of profound, original, and challenging insights. The slope was challenging for even the most experienced climbers. Very clever. Brilliant. He arranges special and separate classes for brilliant and weak students. The depiction is a brilliant condensation of several years of work. Please accept my heartiest congratulations on your brilliant success. Running is easily one of the most brilliant exercises to get yourself in shape. Link up. Connect. Right now, the museum connects with the university through modems. The operator will connect you with our customer service department. The canal was built to connect Sheffield with the Humber estuary. A highway is being built to connect streets on the west side of the city. Tons of. A number of. There are a number of different opinions on this controversial issue. A number of houses were demolished to build the supermarket. There are a number of possible solutions that we can discuss. A number of serious accusations have been made against her. Put off. Postpone. We have to postpone our field day because of the thunderstorm. Due to unforeseen circumstances, we need to postpone a meeting. I had to postpone my trip to Europe because of the pandemic. I tend to postpone doing my volunteer work until I have free time. Really? Definitely. His lessons are so bad, you should definitely take private lessons. I think you still need someone here, but you're definitely getting better. What you wear should be stylish and clean and must definitely fit well. They are definitely the most dedicated employee in the company. Look at. Examine. It's important to examine your notes before a big exam. A government committee will examine the issue of human cloning. The scientist picked up a microscope to examine the specimen. It's important to be introspective and examine your own fears. Go against. Oppose. The organization was founded to oppose injustice and promote equality. The community came together to oppose injustice and demand change. We're hoping we can get more senators to oppose the legislation. Some people oppose the use of nuclear energy due to safety concerns. Tell. Inform. Please inform us of your latest decision and we will act accordingly. If these symptoms persist or become bothersome, inform your doctor. You should inform the Career Center if you need help with your resume. Be sure to inform them of your willingness to remain in good standing. Buy. Purchase. You can give your kitchen a colorful change without purchasing a new one. Make sure you know the deadline for canceling your specific purchase. This coupon will give you $10 off any $50 purchase at the store. Many American households purchase bananas at least twice each month. Lively. Energetic. The country needs an active and energetic president, especially now. He was praised for his extremely energetic and effective leadership. This revolutionary expansion required energetic nation-building policies. He is determined, energetic, enthusiastic, and an original thinker. Harm. Damage. Fossil fuels have caused irreversible damage to the environment. Many professional boxers end their careers with brain damage. The full scale of the damage will not be clear for months to come. Jackson doesn't want to damage his reputation as a political personality. Use. Consume. Some people consume too much caffeine, which can cause problems. Many people are unaware of how much food and drink they consume. New refrigerators consume 70% less electricity than older models. If you consume expired food, you may be harmed by food poisoning. Lucky. Fortunate. She was fortunate to be born into a loving and supportive family. We should try to help others who are less fortunate than ourselves. The charity organization works tirelessly to help the less fortunate. Being fortunate in having a positive outlook on life can lead to success. Deep. Profound. The mystery of the universe can be profound and fascinating. Over the long term, they will make a far more profound impact. The scientist's discovery was profound and groundbreaking. The meaning of the quote was profound and thought-provoking. Confused. Perplexed. The complex math problem perplexed even the brightest students. The students looked perplexed, so the teacher tried to explain once again. The undefined behavior of the program perplexed the developers. The scientist was perplexed about the unusual chemical reaction. Find out. Discover. The more we study, the more we discover our limitations of knowledge. Scientists around the world are working to discover a cure for AIDS. Man may have discovered fire, but women discovered how to play with it. Vasco da Gama discovered a new trade route between Europe and India. Go on. Continue. They have been released without charge as investigations continue. Many elderly people continue to have satisfying sexual relationships. The trend will continue as long as the next generations keep them alive. Dream beyond your current knowledge and continue to learn. Fancy. Lavish. The royal family is known for their lavish lifestyle and grandeur. He decided to lavish out on a luxurious vacation to the Caribbean. It's important to budget wisely and not lavish away your savings. The businessman's lavish lifestyle led to his eventual bankruptcy. Special. Exceptional. The scholar's understanding of mathematics was exceptional. The commandos were known for their exceptional marksmanship. He was brevetted for his exceptional service to the country. The photographer's exceptional eye captured stunning images. Look like. Resemble. The two dogs resemble closely in their breed characteristics. The roof of the museum was designed to resemble a spaceship. Distantly related species may come to resemble one another closely. The two siblings resemble closely but have different personalities. Try. Endeavor. If we make a mistake, we should endeavor to learn from it. We must endeavor to be open-minded and accepting of others. When we face a challenge, we must endeavor to find a solution. She will endeavor to overcome her fears and pursue her dreams. Worse. Inferior. He said that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. The public should not be deceived into buying inferior goods. There is little attention to the lives of those of socially inferior status. I had been taught that women were intellectually inferior to men. So fat. Obese. The obese population is at a higher risk for heart disease and diabetes. Obese individuals tend to have higher blood pressure than slim people. Some obese patients are advised to undergo weight loss surgery. Arthritis can be more common in people who are overweight or obese. Remove. Eliminate. The new technology can eliminate the need for paper documents. A move towards healthy eating could help eliminate potential diseases. We need to eliminate all the distractions during homework time. The company decided to eliminate several positions to cut costs. Powerful. Compelling. The compelling article sparked a heated debate among readers. There is no rationally compelling argument to support their claims. The prosecutor presented compelling evidence during the trial. The debate team presented a compelling viewpoint on the topic. So old. Ancient. Since ancient times, travelers have used the sun to determine direction. The cow is worshipped in India as a goddess from the ancient time. He was well informed on ancient Chinese astronomical writings. Modern war is more dreadful and destructive than that of ancient times. At first. Initially. The course objectives may alter from what we initially thought. The damage to the ship was far more serious than initially thought. Initially, I was afraid of thunderstorms, but now I find them exciting. Sometimes, the truth can arise beyond what we initially perceive. Fight. Combat. The swimmer had to combat the strong currents in the ocean. The governments are taking steps to combat racism in schools. The scientists are researching new ways to combat diseases. The world needs to work together to combat climate change.